This is Sunshine Forest by Carl TG. It's 304.60 megabytes to download. There is one required mod to download for you to be able to play the map, and that is the Peat Equipment Pack, also by Carl TG and NMC, T-Bone and Wiki Plays. The description says, welcome to Sunshine Forest with a beautiful landscape and forest. Map includes a general sale point and vehicle shop area. All in-game products can be sold. Thanks to MA7 Studio for letting me use the wood crane from Pallegney. 6 forest areas with spruce, pine and birch trees. 2 peat fields and a small yard for your machinery. And then there's a bit about info for modders if they're going to use the peat on other maps, etc., things like that. But we'll check that out when we get into the map. So let's go and check it out. And here we are. This is where you start off in all 3 modes, and this is the map, people. A nice map, I like it. There's quite a bit of forestry going on. There's also quite a few areas, these more greener areas, where there's only a few trees scattered around it, and then it's sort of all grass areas. I'll go up into landscape mode a bit later and I'll show you them. But I love some of the areas. We've got them named up. Everglow Thicket. You've got Sunbeam Creek here, which is like I think that's a river, or is that a road? I don't know. And Sunshine Swamp, which is pretty awesome. So not too bad at all. There is 2 peat fields on here because you can harvest peat. Now, I'm not familiar with the peat situation as of yet. I've not tried it, so apologies for that. But I know 2 of my good buddies, Looney Farm Guy and Mr. CDP, have done videos on this. I think Looney's done a separate one for that required mod, the Peat Equipment Pack. And I'm pretty sure Mr. CDP done a map tour of Tassie Farm, which was another Carl TG map, where he explained about how to use the Peat Equipment Pack as well. So apologies for that, but please go and check those 2 guys out if you want to know more info on how to do the peat. I am in new farmer mode on here. There is a train that runs from the bottom of the map up to the north. It goes off to sail to Goldcrest Valley. That is only one of 2 sale points on the map at the moment. So again, it's down to you to put down these things. If I scroll across to farmland, in new farmer mode, you start off with this plot, which is plot number 1. It's got a value of 311,000 just over. The rest of the map is split up into different chunks and areas, all varying in prices, and pretty good prices to be fair. 82 grand for that. Some of these areas out here where it's a bit more open space, 178, 71 grand, 151,000, so on and so forth, 166. You can buy this area up here where there's like a sawmill, etc. 161 grand for that. You buy the whole map, so that's pretty cool that you can do that. And I think you're going to make a ton of money on here as well. So there we go. That's what you start off with in new farmer mode, plot wise. If we scroll up, there is no collectibles on here, and there is, like I said earlier, only 2 sell points, so you can sell your peat, which is there only at storage bay at the moment. So you need to place something down. There's only 1 production on here at the moment. That's the lumber mill, basically a sawmill. There will be contracts available for you to do around the map, which is awesome. No animal pens as of yet. And there is our crop calendar. If we scroll about halfway down there, you can see peat. So you've got your planting and harvesting windows there, so you can do that. And then our crop types. So that is all I need to show you there, I think. I'm going to walk through because this is the starting farm. And we'll go through slot counts and things like that as well. But I do like it. It feels like a really nice bright map. The lighting's really good on it. Don't like the flickering on the lines there. That's not the map though itself. I think that's the actual game. We've got a bit of problems like that. I don't know. But yeah, this is the starting farm area, like so. I'll go through mods and slot counts now. So the slot count is the same across all 3 modes, and it's 954. Obviously there's potential to lower that, and you can sell off all the equipment, vehicles, etc. that they give you to start with. Drops it down to 824. And I actually got it down to 771, because on here you can sell a couple of things and not everything. I will explain that in a moment once we've had a little tour around in here, because there's a little bit of a warning, and then there's a little bit of the thing that I'm not particularly happy with, which again I'll explain in a moment. Whether that will get changed in an update, I'm not quite sure. In terms of mods, if we go into here and scroll down, we obviously do have the Peat equipment pack. Probably the easiest way to find everything is doing this. So you've got a peat dryer, a production miller, a peat ridger, a JMK40 that is used for gathering milled peat and transported to big piles, whatever that means. And we also have a flatbed trailer. Now, apart from the flatbed trailer, the other 4 you do start off owning in new farmer mode. Well, in all 3 modes, should I say, because you do start off with the same equipment. So you do get that. We'll go on to those things in a moment. If we go into Sunshine Forest itself, that is part of the map. This is the timber loader, the one that they credit MA7 Studio with, from Pallegney. So you can use this to grab logs off of your lorries or trucks and load the train up with them, which is pretty awesome. I'll show you that when we get up there if you're not familiar with it. So that is those. Now if I go up into this mode, we do have in sheds, if I scroll right down to the bottom, we've got this garage, which is actually here on our farm, so we'll look at that in a moment. And then if I go to tools, which is just there, scroll down, there's a vehicle shop just there. That is up at the store, up the shop area. So we'll look at that when we get up there. And then just looking at my notes, we have in factories, if I scroll down, we've got that lumber mill, which is there, which we'll obviously see when we get up there. I think that is it. That's all there is for the mods. So there we go. If we go up into here in the painting textures, we've got animal mud, asphalt, dirt, concrete, grass, gravel, flagstone, sand and plates. That is it. Nothing out of the ordinary. I think that's all I need to tell you there. So yeah, let's have a look at our starting equipment. We'll go into here. We do start off with a leveler. We've got the International pickup. We've got a John Deere 6R, Komatsu tree harvester, Crampe trailer, and then we start going into the Peat equipment pack. So you've got that trailer thing, the Peat dryer, the Peat ridger, the production miller. That is the crane. Now it's in here that we own it, but we can't sell it or do anything like that. You can't reset it or anything. Got a New Holland T7. We've got this truck here for transporting logs and an extra trailer that will go onto the back of it. We've got the Rotner F20D, which will also transport logs, and a couple of 1250 kilogram weights. And we've got the Volvo truck as well. A high tip bucket for this wheel loader, so you've got that. So some awesome equipment. That is it. Like I say, you get that equipment in all 3 modes. The only difference is Farm Manager and Start from Scratch. You don't get that plot of land. And if I sell all that off, like I said earlier, it will drop down to 824. So it's up to you if you want to keep that. Now, first of all, we've got this garage. These doors you can't open from this outside, so we do need to go into the small door like that, and then we've got these buttons on the inside. It will open these doors up like so. We've got some equipment all ready to go. Do love the old mechanic pits in there, and that means we do have a workshop there as well, so we can pull things into there and repair, etc. like so. Moving on round there, we've got our wheel loader and bucket, leveller, a bit of decoration. We've got our farmhouse, which is the trailer or the caravan, mobile home, whatever you want to call it. A wardrobe function there, sleep trigger on the steps there. Wow, I need to do a bit of trimming up there with the grass, that's awful. Pick up there, we got the truck there. So as you can see, we've got all these trees that we own around our farm area. We've got decoration here. This is a bit of a disappointment. I love these sheds, big sheds as well, but you can't go in them. They are just decoration. And guess what? You cannot sell them. That is the only thing I don't like. I'm hoping that will get changed so you can at least get rid of them, because they are taking up quite a bit of space. And then we've got more equipment along there. That is it. So that is our farm. If I go up into landscaping mode, like I say, it does highlight them. It comes up with yard rubbish. That will also include this lot over here, look. It's all tied into one thing. You can see those highlighting over there by the wheel loader. But you can't sell them. Even going into demolition mode. Nothing. So I'm hoping that will get sorted out. And as for this workshop, be careful, because if you delete that, where those mechanic pits are, it will leave 2 long strips in the ground, like holes. But it's pretty flat, so you'll be able to level that in, fill that in, but obviously it will cost you. I think that is it for that part of the tour. So we're going to jump in the pickup and we'll start heading round. Won't take too long. Once we get up to the final bit where the sawmill is, the lumber mill, whatever you want to call it, I'll go up into landscaping mode so you can see some things. Just remember this track here, because I will reference back to it in a moment, so that goes off that way. But we are actually going to head on this way, because we will go past our peat fields so you can get to see what they look like. And this is it. And they are actually ready to harvest, if I remember rightly. Yes. So like I say, I'm not familiar with what's going on there, but it looks pretty awesome what you can do. And this is absolutely huge, this one. And we've got another one on the left. And there is a little bit of a sort of turning circle here. So all these trees in front of us we own. The map edge is literally just through there though, so there's not a huge amount on that end. Now I'm going to be a bit naughty and scoot along here and then meet up with that track that I referenced to earlier, just because it's a bit easier, a bit quicker. Now just up here there is another track. I almost missed it, but I did spot it out the corner of my eye, and I thought, I wonder if you come along here, there is a pile of rocks in the middle of this track. Now I haven't tested it, but I'm wondering if you can break them out. Obviously you'll probably have to own the plot of land to do that, but I expect you'll be able to break them up and then sell the stones or rocks. So that's pretty cool that they've done that. So coming back out there and onto that main track, we'll head on up into this area. Where there is a few things to see. So we'll turn left straight away. Just there in front of that door, that is storage bay, so that's our other sell point, as well as the train sell point. This is our only other sell point, storage bay. Next to that we've got the animal dealer, so when you're ready for your animals you can buy them from there if you wish to. Real nice big open area though, so if you do own this plot of land you'll be able to place things down up here, sheds or whatnot, whatever you want to do. You could even put some animal pens down there, you haven't got far to go then. We do have the shop. This is one of the mods I showed you, the workshop. So you've got your shop icon there. It also tallies up as a workshop trigger. Just pull in that zone like so. And that is that. Coming out of there, we've got a weigh station if you wish to either use it. There goes the drain. That does work, the weigh station. A lot of decoration up here though. All these logs. There's a excavator, I think, up the back there. That's all decoration. Here is the crane here. Now, I don't know if I will be able to get up there. I think there might be a proper set of steps, but you can tab across to them if you wish to. There's a bit of a ramp there though, so we can walk up there. You can jump in these like vehicles, and we can use it, so we can move it about and swing it around, etc., like that, so you can grab things. We can also go, is it that way? No, what way? That way. We can go forward and backwards, so you can go across this rail, which is quite cool. So you can use them for your logs. Like I say, you can tab to them if you wish to. We've got a nice ramp there as well. We can load up pallets and things like that onto the train, which is nice. This is our wood sell point, so pull up in here and sell your wood. That's just a sell point. A lot of decoration again, but over here we do have the lumber mill, so you can sell your wood there or load up your production if you own it. Wood chip out point just there, and then any products are going to appear in all these zones in and around here. Can buy this for 150,000 though. Now with this area, even when you own it, you can't sell off anything up here. It wouldn't let me sell nothing, even though it lights up. And I owned the land earlier, it would not let me sell any of this, so just be aware of that as well. I think we'll leave the pickup there actually, we'll just run round. So a lot more decoration, as you can see. Really cool. I love that train. What's it called? It will tell you because that highlights as well. Railroad Tower. I like that. It's pretty cool. We do have a rent-a-train point there, so we can get the train, call it in, and then jump in and move it up there and do what you want with it. So that's pretty cool. That pretty much is it, guys. So that is all you need to see for a moment. We'll jump up into landscaping mode. So as you can see, there's our peat fields over there. A lot of forestry areas. Excuse me. This is the swamp area. So as you can see, it's all wet in there, which is pretty nice. I like that. And then these are the areas where there is a few trees about, but most of it is sort of greenery, flat land, edge of the map there. So that's not bad. And all these trees, look, big clumps of forestry. And a nice little river that runs down through it. So yeah, not a bad map. Pretty cool, quite like it. But that's it, guys. That's all you need to see, hopefully. But I hope you have enjoyed the map tour. Please let me know your thoughts on it. Are you going to play it? Are you already on it? How does the peat work? More importantly. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed it, guys. If you have, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And don't forget to smash the bell so you don't miss any future videos I post. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.